I just can't find my way.
When my eyes don't clearly see, and I stumble through it all,
You I lean upon, you keep me strong.
and you rise me when I fall. You are there when I most need you. You are there
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased and honored to present the Northwood High School Class of 2008.
afternoon. I am Stephanie Sanchez, one of the vice presidents of the senior class. Please stand for the presentation of colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the singing of the national anthem.
Go! Present all.
We will now recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic of which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Henry Johnson, and I serve as the principal of Northwood High School. I want to welcome you to the commencement exercises for the class of 2008. We have been working with our students and emphasize that this is a dignified and very special occasion. As a staff, we strongly believe that parents and relatives have the right to hear their child's name during the roll call, and that the entire class should be recognized for their accomplishments individually and collectively. We also know that you, our audience members, want to share in their joy as well. To reinforce our standards for appropriate behavior, I ask that you turn off all cell phones and electronic devices, refrain from using noisemakers, and please care for crying children. I thank you in advance for working with us and for your respectful, very respectful consideration of this ceremony. Our graduates appreciate your support. To everything there is a season, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate and a time of peace. Northwood High School, class of 2008, your time has come. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our guests who share this special occasion with us this afternoon. First, representing the Montgomery County Board of Education is the Honorable Christopher Barclay. Mr. Barclay. Joining him is our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jerry Wiest. Dr. Wiest. Serving as the Community Superintendent for the Blair, Einstein, Northwood, and Kennedy clusters is Dr. Heath Morrison. Dr. Morrison. Also representing the Office of School Performance are the two directors of the Blair, Einstein, Northwood, and Kennedy clusters, Mrs. Myra Smith and Ms. Bronda Mills. Ms. Smith and Ms. Mills. Members of the class of 2008 started their educational careers at some of the very best elementary and middle schools in Montgomery County. I am especially pleased to introduce the principals of the Northwood cluster. They are Mr. Eric Wilson, principal of Arcola Elementary School. Mr. Wilson. Mr. Don Maslin, principal of Forest Knolls Elementary School. Mr. Maslin. Dr. Joanne Smith, principal of Glen Haven Elementary School. Dr. Smith. Mrs. Ann Dardarian, principal of Highland View Elementary School. Ms. Dardarian. Mr. Floyd Starnes, principal of Kemp Mill Elementary School. Mr. Starnes. And Mrs. Diantha Swift, principal of Sligo Creek Elementary School. Mrs. Swift. The Northwood Cluster Middle School principals are Mrs. Carolyn Cobbs, principal of Colonel Ebrook Lee Middle School. Ms. Cobbs. And Ms. Vicki Parkan, principal of Silver Spring International Middle School. Joining us this afternoon is a very special group of individuals who embody the spirit of Northwood High School. They are alumni representing the first graduating class of 1958, as well as classes following that first class until the school closed in 1985, prior to its reopening in 2004. Please join me in a very, very special welcome to the alumni of Northwood High School. Please stand. For the past 4 years, Northwood High School has been fortunate to collaborate with the University of Maryland College Park to introduce our students to the early college experience at the university. This year, 30 students in the class of 2008 were part of this program. The university liaison who graciously gives her time and energy to this effort is Dr. Adele Seif, Director for Outreach for the College of Arts and Humanities and the Director of the Center for Renaissance and Baroque Studies at the University of Maryland. Dr. Seif. Members of the class of 2008, for the past 4 years, you've had the pleasure of working with another group of individuals who have given their time and effort to help you reach this journey. Please join me in a special thank you to our assistant principals, Ms. Linda Wolf, Ms. Darlene Cobb, and Ms. Rochelle Rubin. And our resource counselor, Ms. Audric Carrasco. And now I bring to you one of the vice presidents of the class of 2008, Ms. Nana Miraku Botang, who will introduce our commencement speakers. Ms. Boateng.
Good afternoon. My name is Nana Mariku Boateng, one of the vice presidents of the senior class. Today represents the closing of the full circle that surrounds Northwood High School because it brings together, for the very first time, the former and the new Northwood. We are honored to have in our midst members of previous Northwood graduating classes here to celebrate with us this afternoon. Continuing the legacy, our commencement theme represents the former traditions of Northwood High School established by those who came before us. The legacy of our school began in 1956, the year Northwood High School opened for the first time. The first class to graduate from Northwood was in 1958, exactly 50 years ago. Today we are happy that Mrs. Mary Connerin is here representing the class of 1958. Reflecting on the first part of our theme, beginning the legacy, is Mr. Larry Michael, a 1974 graduate of Northwood High School. Currently, Mr. Michael is a senior vice president and executive media producer for the Washington Redskins. He manages team content for Redskins Affairs on redskins.com TV. His on-air credentials include being the voice of the Washington Redskins. Other projects include NFL play-by-play as well as NCAA basketball on Westwood One. He also serves as the voice of the George Washington Colonials. In the past, Mr. Michael has covered the broadcast for 8 Olympic Games, 21 U.S. Open Championships, 12 Masters tournaments, and 12 Super Bowls. Mr. Michael is a graduate of the University of Maryland College Park with a degree in radio, television, and film. Following Mr. Michael, Miracle McKinney, Vice President of Northwood Student Government Association, will reflect on reclaiming the legacy. And finally, our class president, Hanif Seeley, will conclude with his reflection on continuing the legacy. Please provide a warm Northwood welcome to a member of our family, Mr. Larry Michael.
Thank you very much. Wow, this is something else, isn't it? Constitution Hall, Northwood's graduating. I got to say before I begin, something I'll get back to a little bit later. If you had told me 34 years ago when I graduated from Northwood High School that I'd be standing here speaking at your commencement, I would have said you were totally crazy. And 20 years ago, when Northwood was closed down and no one really cared about Northwood, if you had told me then that I'd be speaking here at a commencement for Northwood High School, I would have said you were totally crazy. But here we are, and the legacy continues. Now, when Principal Johnson asked me to consider coming here and speaking, and by the way, this is the star of the show here today. As we walked in today, and I was walking behind Mr. Johnson, man, I thought Michael Jordan was in the building here or something. I mean, seriously, and you are to be commended, sir, on a job well done. When he asked me to come here and speak, I was very excited. It's the first chance I've had to do something like this. I've never done anything like this before. I've spoken at corporate outings, golf outings, a lot of TV shows and all, but it's my first chance to do something like this, and it's very ironic. I have 2 kids in high school right now, so I'm very excited to be here today. And as mentioned, the theme of today's commencement is the legacy of the high school and where that legacy is headed. Now, speaking on behalf of all these graduating classes over here in the past, I can tell you firsthand, there was quite a legacy to Northwood High School in the old days. Now, why do I say this? How do I know this? And what is the legacy? Ironically enough for me, the theme this year is the legacy of the school. And last year, the Redskins celebrated their 75th anniversary, and the team came up with a legacy campaign to honor some of the great moments in Redskins history. And at that time, it caused us in our TV department to try to come up with what a legacy is and how it is established. A legacy, we felt, is built upon memories and accomplishments. And for the Redskins, there's several examples. Going back to the 30s, Sammy Baugh had 6 touchdowns in a game. And, of course, Vince Lombardi came to Washington after about 2 decades worth of losing. Here turned the team around. 3 Super Bowls under Joe Gibbs. Recent memories, the great players, Sonny Jurgensen, John Riggins, the Hogs, Art Monk, Darrell Green. A fantastic legacy. Well, this group here today, the first new graduates of Northwood High School, you are the foundation of this school's continuing legacy. That's something to be very, very proud of, but it also comes with great responsibility. For many years, there were none before you. We never thought there'd be another graduating class at Northwood. I would have to say I speak for my colleagues over here and ex-alums, and whoever thought that Northwood would actually celebrate a commencement again. And it goes from here. What happens from here? This school in the future is not up to you. It's up to those who are going to follow you. But when all the parents and friends here and relatives in the future think back to this Northwood class of 2008, I'll have memories of you and how you reestablished this legacy. The rebirth of a legacy, and here is the tricky part. What's going to happen next for you and the school? It's no longer up to you. As I said, the next generation of Northwood students will try to continue the legacy that you guys reestablish. But you, in turn, are the measuring stick for this next class and those beyond. You were the first, you are the future, and you will lead this reborn legacy. And we know it is on very strong ground with you. For those of us who have came before you, Northwood was the center of our life. It really was. And for the surrounding community as well. I sure hope that's the case right now in Silver Spring. It's your turn to set the example and the right direction for those who will follow you. And they can learn a lot from this what this class has done. Next year, many of you will be college freshmen, and you will no longer be the leaders. You'll be on the bottom of the ladder looking up. But for the people at Northwood, one thing will always be true. You are the leaders, you are the first class, and that will never change. So you have a very, very special responsibility. I don't know if you know this or not. Since this is a new school and it is so young, the legacy established by you must be carried on by you into the future. And for all the classes of the past represented here today, you are the bridge to a legacy we thought we had lost. We know the legacy is in good hands now. Each one of you in your own way will get it done in ways now you wouldn't even fathom. Life will take you in many different directions. Which one of you will be up here in 20 years speaking to the commencement group at Northwood High School, I ask. Now, I can remember back in my high school graduation very vividly. I was talking to some of the folks on the dais here back in 1974. It sounds like a long time ago, doesn't it? For some of us it is. I remember it vividly. It was hot as hell at Cole Fieldhouse. Constitution Hall has great air conditioning. Those things have come a long way. I also remember the theme of that graduation. And it's etched in my mind. I think everything when you're in high school is so fresh. The memories stay with you forever. For me, our graduation there at Cole Fieldhouse, the theme was, "We will never pass this way again." And they said it over and over and over. And I'll never forget it. We'll never pass this way again. So cherish the time you've spent with your friends at Northwood High School. Got a lot of new ones to meet down the road, but one thing will link you all forever. That's the reborn legacy of the school. And we're so proud of you. It started with you and what you've accomplished, and you got us back on the map. And for that, we thank you very much. Thank you.
Good afternoon, class of 2008, teachers, staff members, distinguished guests, and our parents. This afternoon, we come together bound by hard work, perseverance, determination. Students, I must tell you this commencement is not about you. I can tell because I'm looking at Chris Neighbor's face, but honestly, as perplexing as it might sound, the only reason we're here today is because we had people that believed in our potential. 13 years ago, we embarked on a journey towards a goal that our parents, teachers, and family helped us to achieve. In essence, that goal is made up of the legacy of our forefathers. Legacy, a word that encompasses more than the promise of reaching the height of our parents and grandparents, but leaving a mark that goes above and beyond. Reclaiming the legacy, a phrase that describes what each and every one of us has done. Reclaiming the legacy? You may ask, what does that have to do with me? First, let's look at what it means to reclaim a legacy. The word reclaim is simple in itself. It means to take ownership, claim or demanding the restoration of a possession, our possession. This is exactly what we have done with the original foundation of Northwood. Just think, the community fought to have our school reopened, from county council members and meetings that date back to 2001. Many people fought for our school. Many of you might not believe it, but we were destined to be a part of the Northwood experience. Whether you're a student that came freshman year, or maybe you transferred from a different school, we all formed Northwood High School into the institution it is today. Tyler Moulton, do you remember an article in 2004 from the Washington Post about the reopening of Northwood? Let me read to you what it said. New plan gives some a choice. Northwood reopens as part of a program. Tyler Moulton likes fish. The 14-year-old has been catching fin creatures since he was a toddler. He's dreamed of an ichthyology career for almost as long. Lately, he's developed an interest in studying animals' habitats. So when the Tacoma Park resident heard that Northwood High School had an academy devoted to environmental sciences, Moulton decided the school was right for him. Like Tyler, there was something that made you choose Northwood High School. Though we might not have an obsession with fish like Tyler, there was something special about our school that drove us here. Returning to the idea of reclaiming, it means to take ownership of a possession through the good times and the bad. Remember the bomb threat in 9th grade? Or how about our daily recesses on the bleachers when the fire alarms kept going off? Or our first win as a football team? But wait, mostly sophomore year, those hot cup of noodles when we had no cafeteria and nothing hot to eat. But honestly, this will always be our school, which is why we stand here with pride and honor. This is our home. Well, what does it mean to create a legacy? For Northwood, it means defeating the expectations of others and achieving higher than those that stood before us. Many people doubted that Northwood would ever live up to its potential. But look at us now. We really do have some of the best students in the county. Has a student ever asked you, what school do you go to? And the moment you said your response, they apologized? Or how about a time when you told someone you go to Northwood and they said, yeah, we played your team, you guys can't win a game? Well, it's 2008, and people don't say those things anymore. Why? Because we've created a legacy that's changed our school for the better. You don't need that perfect 4.0 GPA to create a legacy either. It's the little things that make Northwood so outstanding. Nick Valeriano, your artwork will be remembered forever. Hey, who knows, we might have the next Annie Leibovitz in our midst, another Northwood graduate. Derek Powell. just look at your record. 113 tackles, 11 interceptions, 26 receptions for 345 yards, and 2 touchdowns on offense as a wide receiver. But wait, might I add, the first senior to receive a full athletic scholarship. These are just a couple examples of the success our class has accomplished. We have revamped Northwood into a school of the 21st century, changing not only the physical appearance, but the soul of a living school. So now that you have reclaimed a legacy, I charge you to create a new one wherever your journey takes you. As quoted before, we all leave footprints in the sand. The question is, will we be a big hill or a great soul? Stephen Covey once stated, there are certain things fundamental to human fulfillment. It is captured in the phrase, to live, to love, to learn, to leave a legacy. We all have lived the Northwood experience, loved the good times and the bad, learned the importance of education, and left a legacy to be remembered forever. Class of 2008, we now pass on our legacy. No matter what culture you come from, it's time to say, Ma salam, au revoir, shalom, adios, goodbye.
My name is Hanif Sealy, and I'm the senior class president. Success is a journey and not a destination. On our journey to arriving at this point of graduation, we have created the image of Northwood High School. It is an image that will remain in our minds and hearts. We are the second generation and pioneers of Northwood. The underclassmen now look to us as role models and as guides. We are the foundation upon which others will continue this legacy. When we initially entered our 9th grade year, everyone in the Northwood community knew we were the first freshman class in 23 years. This distinction brought high expectation, excitement, and a level of uncertainty. Some people wondered, how could a class come together without older students blazing the path? Why would anyone want to go to a school with only one class? The burning question, however, is, are we going to win any football games? We answered the skeptics by coming together, working together, and learning from each other. We demonstrated we didn't need older students to carve a path for us, but we have carved our own. And of course, we won some football games. We even have 2 state champions in the class of 2008. To those individuals who question whether we have what it takes to open a new school, I say, look around. Here we stand today as the first graduating class in 23 years. Our journey, which began 4 years ago, will now come to an end after this special day. Today, we will go on our separate ways, each on our separate journeys. Some of us will continue on to college. Others will join the military. Many of us will never see our fellow classmates again. The actions and deeds of our 4 years together will stand as a remembrance of who we are. We are the Northwood Gladiators. In history, gladiators were individuals who faced adversity with pride and courage. Now, we will be faced with continuing our individual legacies. Our future is much like a car traversing on a windy, dark road. Our headlights will only illuminate a brief stretch of that road, shrouding all else in the unknown. It is up to us to navigate that road and to determine our legacies. Like entering new school as freshmen, we will be entering society as young adults. This may bring fear and excitement like our very first day at Northwood did. We will step into society. When we step into the world, let's be careful on our journey of the many roadblocks, detours, and bumpy roads. We're going to stand in society, standing tall and proud, bringing our unique experience from Northwood with us. We will carve out our individual legacies and continue the legacy of Northwood High School, being an institution where great leaders are taught to learn and grow. Thank you. For the past 4 years, we have been fortunate to have the support of one individual who helped us grow as students and as adults. He supported our efforts on our many journeys and did so with a positive can-do attitude. This afternoon, as we prepare to leave the halls of Northwood High School, this individual leaves with us. We will always remember his work and his dedication to the class of 2008. Please join me with a special thanks to recognize our class sponsor for the past 4 years, Matt Reese. Please come forward, Matt Reese.
This June, classes of seniors in high schools throughout this nation will take that ceremonial walk across the stage, completing the process that concludes their formal education. All of the classes of seniors are unique with backgrounds and histories like those who have passed before them. However, this afternoon I am certain that there are few senior classes in this country as unique as the one that sits before me, the Northwood High School class of 2008. Traditions hold that principals stand before audiences with words of wisdom for class members as part of the matriculation process. As principal of the class of 2008, I cannot just stand before you without telling you, the audience, something personal about my class of 2008. I emphasize my because anyone who has been around for the past 4 years at Northwood knows that on more than one occasion, this class has been referred to as Johnson's kids. I've heard comments like, oh, just let Johnson deal with them, those are his students. Or, don't bother to say much to them, Mr. Johnson spoiled them and now they feel empowered. Well, as I look out at the class of 2008, I am very proud to claim you as Johnson's kids. For the past 4 years, I have been proud to say that I am the principal of the finest group of young men and women in Montgomery County. Indulge me for a few minutes while I tell you about them. The class of 2008 of Northwood High School, unlike others, took on the challenge of reopening a 50-year-old building when no one else would. At the time, Northwood was just a holding school, as many students from other schools passed through the hallways for fleeting moments, always knowing they would return to their new buildings in a matter of months. This class entered the building, walking the hallways, and because there were only 320 of them, had to recreate a high school with strong traditions from the past, with graduates who were among the most famous in the country and the world. At the time, these bright-eyed, enthusiastic, and very scared young people had no idea what to expect, and it became our job to teach them, nurture them, support them, and love them. Showing and teaching them right and wrong became a daily chore. I did not take this challenge alone, however. There were a core group of faculty and staff who took on this challenge again when no one else would. I would be remiss today if I did not recognize the staff among us that reopened Northwood High School in the fall of 2004. Please stand and be recognized, all the initial staff. When you are the high school principal with just 320 students, you get to know each one of them personally. Just by standing around the cafeteria or hallways, you hear much more than you care to hear, and quickly realize that these students need more than just the traditional teaching and learning. 4 years later, I remember things now that were just passing moments in their lives. For example, I remember a young lady who came crying to me freshman year, frantic, because she didn't want to take the honors classes we placed her in. I convinced her that she could do the work, and I am proud to say that she maintained a better than 3.0 GPA every semester of high school while playing sports every semester of every year. I remember the first time our football team stepped out on the field, always playing bigger, stronger, and older teams, but never quit because they wanted to prove that they were worthy of the Northwood name. And that moment of pride came with our first game under the lights this season as this group of young men defeated Blair, the other high school most of them would have attended. I remember the first school play. Remember that? Held in the auxiliary gym, directed by a young teacher who knew very little, if anything, about theater, but managed to produce this play because the students were counting on him. And he came through, and today he is still sitting among them, supporting their efforts, but now in the capacity as coach. I remember the girls' field hockey team singing merrily on the bus, returning from a game which I knew they won from the sounds coming from the bus, only to find out that they scored their very first goal. I remember all the students who threatened to leave after the first year, but one who told me she was going to BCC because it was a better school, and yet she sits among you today, donning the Northwood black and red, realizing that Northwood was the better place for her. I remember all the conversations about your shaky grades, or the ones with the young ladies who insisted on looking sexy on my time between 7:25 and 2:10, and some who looked too sexy and had to change into those unfashionable t-shirts we kept in the main office for those who decided to dress for school after their parents left for work. And finally, for the past 2 years, every time we congregated during class assemblies, I reminded you to look to your left and look to your right, and I told you that one of you would not make it to this day. Well, most of you are here, and I leave you with one more. Look to your left, graduates. Look to your right. One of the individuals on either side of you will never see again after today. For some of you, today will be a sad day because as the class of 2008, you are a very tight-knit and special group. For me, this is a joyous occasion because you have created the Northwood brand. Dr. Wiest, our superintendent, often speaks of you as part of the Montgomery County Public Schools brand. Today, you, the members of the Northwood High School class of 2008, have created the Northwood brand. The Northwood brand symbolizes a quality of education that you can take with you no matter where you go and succeed. The Northwood brand symbolizes respect for yourself and others that I know you have been taught and taught well. The Northwood brand symbolizes tolerance and unselfishness, but more importantly, the Northwood brand symbolizes strength and courage, strength to become pioneers and to face and overcome adversity, and the courage to represent and represent well when others question your Northwood pride. Class of 2008, this has been a long journey, but one filled with memorable and exciting moments. As a principal of 3 different schools in 2 different states in my 30-year career, there never has been and there never will be, for me, a class like the class of 2008. I loved you as if you were my own children. I nurtured you along the way and supported you with everything that you did, and with the help of so many others, we have prepared you for the world. As you leave today, if you remember nothing else about this moment and about this experience, remember one thing: you and I, we are Northwood. One last comment to you, and that is, congratulations, and may God bless the class of 2008 Johnson's kids.
Good job. Wonderful. Just the way it's supposed to be.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. As I mentioned to you earlier, please remember that this is a very dignified affair, and the students are expecting your undivided attention, and we do appreciate it. Thank you.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets the boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me, like a handprint on my heart.
Mr. Barclay, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Northwood High School, I am proud to recommend to you members of the class of 2008 as qualified candidates for the State of Maryland diploma. Mr. Barclay.
Mr. Johnson, it is an honor to be here. I can reflect back to the point when Mr. Johnson was hired a year before Northwood was opened. And there were three things that were very clear about your principal. One was his sense of hope, clearly his sense of dignity and pride, and his sense of heritage. And as we stand here today with the graduating class of 2008, it is clear that once again you have done this. You have shown hope, these wonderful graduates. Parents, I hope you're very proud of your children. We're very proud of them. The honor and the dignity, the pride that we have, the pride that you all have in yourselves, in your accomplishments. This is a tremendous class, and as many people have said, you are pioneers. For you to take that leap of faith in 2004 and to reopen Northwood High School was not a small thing. And let me thank your parents for that too, because you all took a huge leap of faith in Montgomery County Public Schools. At that time, I wasn't a board member, but our superintendent was here. Our community superintendents were here, and I was a community member fighting to ensure that Northwood would be a comparable high school to all of the high schools in the Down County Consortium. And I can proudly say that we have done that. Then to the issue of heritage. To our previous classes, you all are amazing folks, and it is great to see all of you here because I do believe there were folks who celebrated their 40th anniversary this year. And I was hearing stories from some of the previous graduates and the pride that welled up when folks realized that Northwood would open in 2004. For those folks who closed it down, it really had a strong meaning for this school to reopen. For us who weren't here, but had to ensure that we built something that was worthy of your children, okay? Something worthy of our children. It was important to carry on the traditions that you had, the heritage that you had built, the quality in theater, in music, and all of the areas of academics. And while I've heard about you beating Blair, and I was there for that first football victory, I'm a Blair parent, so it was a little difficult. That's all right. That's all right. But I had to cheer that night because I knew how proud you were, and I knew how hard your football team had worked. But more than that, how proud the students were of Northwood High School. And I really congratulate Mr. Johnson for that. And lastly, while you have a great leader in your principal, without a great staff, it can't happen. The folks on the ground, the teachers, the administrators, the folks in the front office, the folks in the cafeteria, the folks that keep your building beautiful, it couldn't happen without them. So I wanted to take a moment, as others have, and to thank them for sticking in and really making Northwood a beautiful school once again. We really appreciate that. So it is with great pride that I get to read what folks call the magic words. This is what stands between you and that wonderful diploma. By virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Education of Montgomery County, under the laws of the state of Maryland, I do now award diplomas or certificates evidencing the satisfactory completion of prescribed courses of study to the students of Northwood High School who are recommended for graduation by the faculty of this school. In receiving this diploma or certificate, each of you is entitled to all of the privileges and honors accorded graduates of a high school accredited by the Maryland State Department of Education and the Middle States Association of Colleges and Secondary Schools. Congratulations, class of 2008.
Class officers, please take your place. Members of the first row, please rise.
Okay. Okay. Presenting the president of the class of 2008, Hanif Seeley. The vice president of the class of 2008, Nana Miracle Boateng. The vice president of the class of 2008, Stephanie Sanchez. The vice president of the Northwood Student Government Association, Melissa McKinney. Now presenting Amar Abdullah. Bryce Abel. Brian Aboyme. Henry Achilles. Jeff Adams. Perry Atkinson. Daniel Oroso. Adolph Akufu Afu. Sherelle Alexander. Carla Alfaro Velasquez. Sharisa Alford. Jesse Allen. Carlos Alonso. Juan Alvarez. Isaac Arce. Misha Armstrong. Amaryllis Areces. Dominique Alton. Jonathan Aviles. Marquette Bannerman. Armando Barrentios. Rebecca Battistelli. Stephen Bond Jr. Banja Baylor. Alexander Bazzi. Yadisha Belay. Olayinka Bello. Brenda Bernal. Stephen Betsock. Lynn Bean. Lorenzo Blyther. Baltazar Bonilla. Andrew Boston. Tamra Branco. Sarah Braun. Kiri Brenner. Mark Britch. Jenna Brown. Janet Burris. Kenya Cabrera. Richard Cadet. Antoinette Calloway. Anna Canis. Sonia Caraway. Karina Carballo. Reina Carranza. Carmen Career. Timothy Carter. Tamar Cassell. Christopher Chaparro. Paul Chikura. Peter Chikura. Janal Cyprian. Janali Cyprian. Andrea Colina. Jeremiah Conaway. Karima Corbett. Natasha Correa. James Cosgrove. Abigail Cox. Charlisa Creek. Anthony Cross. Denasia Davis. Marjanie De Jesus. Daniel Diaz. Sergio Diaz. Leonidas Diaz Jr. Nicholas Doe. Marcus Donald. Dominic Donaldson. Sharice Dorsey. Paul Driscoll. Elena Dweck. Nerla Edward. Imani Edwards. Samuel Engelhardt. Nathaniel Epps. Lauren Ewers. Princess Fahia. Sophia Ferber. Sean Ferguson. Jacqueline Fernandez. William Flanders. Quentin Fletcher. Vincenzo Floreno. Frank Fluitt. Stephen Ford. Hannah Forster. Marie Fountain. Melissa Fox. Kevin Francis Jr. Max Gable. Christopher Ganganis. Jacqueline Garcia. Joseph Garcia. Ellis Gardner. Rachel Gardner. Serena Gardner. Anthony George. Camilla Gaderi. Fidel Gurma. Matthew Gibbs. Joshua Gibson. Clifford Glover III. Jonathan Gobezi. Eilette Galler. Whitney Green. Tyler Grisby. Adina Groschler. Yemius Guevara Garcia. Michael Harlan. Carl Harper. Allison Harrison. Josiah Hasney. Kyle Hazel. Maurice Henry. Emily Herman. Jerry Hernandez. Ari Hirsch. Olamide Holloway Opeku. Wendy Harliana. Brian Horwitz. Molly Horrocks. Kevin House. Benjamin Huarca. Jermaine Huntley Jr. Michelle Hudson. Aleka Ifijayaka. Destiny Igabor. Gabriel Infante. Simone Jackson. Nantawan Jai Trongsat. Ava Janata. Claudia Joa. Ashley Johnson. Madeline Johnston. Justin Jones. Katura Jones. Nicholas Jones. Albert Joseph Jr. Vishal Joshi. Vanessa Josing. Joseph Kaznadi. Ermias Ahmed Kasai. Jennifer Katz. Melissa Kemp. Leanne Kern. Shane Kerr. Matthew Kimball. Nathan Clark. Eugene Colia. Francois Colley. And Audrey Che Before. Thank you.
Zoila Lazo. Gabriela Leonor. Nathan Lewis. John Mark Litsky. Joseph Livingston. Anthony Lloyd. Melissa Lorenzana. Victoria Madera. Margot Madsen. Andrea Maldonado. Benry Maldonado. Galen Mancino. Hernan Tony Maradiaga. Jordan Marinelli. Brian Marshall. Armani Martin. David Martinez. Rowan Maynard Losh. Selvin Mayorga. Claudia McCullough. Olivine McLeod. Heather McWilliams. Dennis Medina. Melvin Membreño. Maggie Mimbela. Naim Molina. Ana Moreno. Tyler Moulton. Elizabeth Meir Brown. Denzel Murray. Christopher Neighbors. Enoch Neblet. Andre Nelson. Celine Neon. Betty Nunez. Shauna Nean. Jennifer Okoson. Jose Olivares. Miguel Ortiz Garcia. Noor Pasha. Jason Patrick. David Payne. Colton Peel. Luis Peguero. Garias Apollo Peguis. Cristian Pérez. Randy Perez. Brendan Perry. Daniel Pierce. Jessica Pinkham. Miguel Pizarro. Marcus Plazamont. Jasmine Polk. Ryan Pollack. Celia Portillo. Sarah Potter. Derek Powell. Grace Presson. Andrew Patel. Arnaldo Prudencio. Gabrielle Quintanilla. Charlotte Radomski. Yair Ramirez. Angel Ramos. Jessica Ramos. Ryan Rankin. Giovanni Rumante. Blanca Reyes. Jordan Rigby. Matthew Rhine. Juan Rivera. James Roby. Juan Rodriguez. Laura Romero. Amen Romodan. Cristina Rosales. Sandra Rubio. Claire Ryan. Saliu Sal-Sar. Catherine Schaus. David Schlebecker. Erica Scretchen. Philip Semitekelus. Soraya Seo. Ruth Sarah. Julian Shapiro. Mohammed Shahriar. Crystal Shub. Besufkad Seleshi. Anna Silva Martins. Arie Singer. Sonora Singleton. Chelsea Slagle. Brina Soror. Rochelle Santhill. Radnuiz St. Paul. Andrew Stillerman. Brian Suku. Brandon Swan. Nora Swift. Ife Taylor. Kirsten Taylor. Jamilet Tejada. Edward Temby. Dawit Teshom. Yannick Tessema. Clinton Thomas. Kyla Thomas. Zara Thomas. Andrew Toon. Stephanie Torres Lainez. Shannon Tracy. Janice Tran. Bari Turpy. Udubong. Nicholas Valeriano. Ruth Vasquez. Jorge Velasquez. Jacob Verdine. Laura Vergara. Morgan Vierling. Jonathan Vivens. Crystal Vives. Hannah von Rottenfeld. Zipporah Wagner. Lamar Walker. Jerome Washington. Shamani Wellington. Marlon Feets White. Lacey Wilson. Quay Wilson. Keenan Woods. John Worth. William Weiner. Caleb Yebasu. Matessa Jane Zamani. Camilla Zanoli.
Huh? That's it. I'm waiting for her to. No, I know. I'm just saying. Oh. Okay, we go back to our necklace. Going now? Seniors, please rise. But damn. Wait, shit. Now? Yes. Please turn your tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, to class of 2008, graduates of Northwood High School. Do they forget? procession out, please.
Thank you.